It's just hard getting separation. Any of these receivers, watch Alshon Jeffrey. He wants to throw the ball to him, but it's taken him 3 days to get open on his route, and then there's not a lot of separation. And this offensive line can't hold up that long. That time, Matt Pryor gets...
I thought today was going to be such an easy day. Sit down, break down some film for you guys, make a couple of videos so that way you guys got some content over the next few days. Man, I really wish I didn't turn the film on and start watching this because, boy, there's some underlying issues here, guys. So if you haven't guessed yet, I'm going to break down this route in particular, and I'm going to reveal to you my thoughts here. As a guy who has coached receivers, who's coached quarterbacks, like, I don't have a lot of experience writing and designing plays and stuff like that, guys, but I've seen it done, and I've done it myself a little bit. I got to tell you, some of the personnel decisions, some of the lack of creativity and trying to gain separation for our receivers from a scheme standpoint, it's going to stand out to y'all today. So without further ado, let's get it. Let me start off with the most basic and easiest thing to see about this play, right? Matt Pryor leaned too hard to the inside and gave up the outside edge, the corner, and got beat. He got beat by his man, right? There's a little uncertainty here. I'd have to have Jalen Williams maybe do a comment section, or he can come on the channel and explain a little bit as an offensive lineman about how when there's a chip block, how that might disrupt the lineman's timing and his positioning with his footwork. I don't know, but you can clearly see here, Greg Ward gets a nice little chip block there, and then in return, Matt Pryor gets caught leaning way too hard on the inside and gives up that outer edge, and then we have a sack. As a matter of fact, before we even get too far into this, I just want y'all to know from the first 4 series of this football game, the offensive line put us in some bad situations, okay? In the second possession of the game, we were down up on our own 6-7 yard line, and we had Caleb Wilson just completely missing. And we were in 13-man personnel, and he completely missed a block on Jamal Adams, which got Miles Sanders blown up in the backfield, okay? And then you go to the next possession of the football game, okay? You got Isaac Suamalu, false start, causes us to be in like 2nd and 12. In this possession of the football game, the 4th possession of the game, you got Matt Pryor, the play prior to this, getting caught with a false start, which put us in the 2nd and 14, okay? Now, to be fair, they did bring Jalen Hurts in. The cadence can be argued that it threw Pryor off on that one. It doesn't matter. Execution from the offensive line has been a very big problem this season. And the constant shuffling of personnel, even when it's not necessary, has been an issue this season. And it's killing us. And for you guys that don't think the second down thing's a big deal, if you guys remember in yesterday's video, I gave you the advanced analytics on how bad it is when we get in 2nd and 11 or greater. 38 plays on the year, which is the 10th highest number on the season among teams, okay? On average, we're 15.9 yards on average to go on second down when we get above 2nd and 11, which puts us 4th in the league in terms of the most yardage to have to gain. And our turnover rate becomes number 1 in the league in that situation at 7.9%. Now, you can say, hey, but you know what? Doug and Carson have kind of gotten it together following that because the first down percentage is, 18.4%, which is 11th in the league. To me, that doesn't balance out the turnover rate there, okay? So the offensive line play, it's a big problem. I showed it to you guys. I'm not ignoring that fact here. But let's go into the other things, okay? So let's flip this and let's talk a little further. The next thing I want to point out is the personnel grouping and the personnel used within the grouping. We're in 11-man, tight formation, okay? And look at your receivers. To begin with, your ex-receiver on this one is Hightower because the left side of your offense is going to be your boundary side, okay? To your right, that's going to be your field side. You got Jeffrey lined up as your flanker. You got Greg Ward Jr. over there as basically your slot tight end, okay? Or slot receiver, I'm sorry. Here's the issue. Look at the personnel like that's on the field and who's off the field. I think some of the guys like Inside the Birds did a pretty good job of arguing this point, which is, why are we not playing Rager and Fulgham, the young guys, in these situations? You can look in a minute and you'll see something's not right with Alshon. He's not gaining separation. The one thing I will say about Hightower is he's not ideal to play the boundary side if you don't need him to. But at least in this particular situation, Hightower does gain separation at the end of the route stem. Okay? It just wasn't enough timing to get the ball to him. The personnel utilization has been a big problem, in my opinion, this year. Okay? It makes no sense to roll that out there and keep your young guys who have been coming around on the season and not giving them the opportunities to keep gaining these reps. To me, it makes no sense, especially on a season with your record being 3-7-1. It makes such little sense to me to make these kind of personnel decisions at this point in time. All right, y'all. Now I want to go into Alshon Jeffrey, the particulars of the route he ran and just how bad it was. The first thing to watch here, guys, is watch his release off the line of scrimmage. What is he doing? What kind of strange and weird hand fighting is that? It makes no sense. He looks like a D lineman trying to swim move an offensive lineman. It makes absolutely no sense at all. And to make matters worse, because of the way he releases off the line of scrimmage, he completely gives up the outside leverage to the corner with that hand fighting he did. So now he has to use something as a wide receiver we call restacking the corner. Because now you need to gain that outside leverage again. So now you got to restack the corner. Watch his attempt to restack the corner. Watch his body motion and movement. Come on, man. It's not good. He doesn't look good. He doesn't look strong. He doesn't look sudden or explosive. None of that. It just looks bad. All the weight he lost and everything, it's not translating to more impactful and speedy play out there. It's not, he doesn't look more sudden, more quick. He's not faster. None of that is coming up on this. He looks worse. He looks like a guy that's at the end of his career, to be quite honest. That's just a horrible decision here, Doug. I don't know if it's Doug. I don't know if it's Howie. I don't want to get involved in the middle of that crap. Somebody needs to count to this to Jeffrey Lurie. Why is Fulgham not on the field? Why was Jeffrey out there for this? Look at this man. I trust Fulgham more than that. And I'm not saying you can't use Jeffrey at all. But come on, man. Come on. Some of my final thoughts here, guys. I don't know where to go with this stuff, guys. I don't have the answers for you. I don't. I wish I did. I wish I could tell you just to do these 2 or 3 things and you could turn around the season. There's just so much dysfunction, guys. From the offensive line, from the quarterback, from the head coach, from the game plan to the scheme design. Like, there's a lot going on. And it's not like Doug is always this bad at designing and scheming things. Because there were other points in the game I thought he did well, and I'll bring those up in later videos, okay? But these plays in particular, guys, like, they just bother me. Like, the personnel decisions bother me here. The route designs, like, where was someone supposed to win on that route design? Like, it's not good. Maybe Fulgham gives you a little separation on that, but the route design in itself wasn't great there. I mean, I don't know where you correct this at, guys. I don't know. I would have loved to have seen on a 3rd and 8 against this particular type of defense a little more work from Doug to give these receivers free releases. Pre-snap, post-snap motion, stack sets, something to give these guys a better opportunity to get, to win quickly off the line, especially when your offensive line is struggling to hold blocks. That's what I would like to see personally. It's not going to happen. I don't think so, guys. I wish it would. I'm hoping I can go turn this film on next week and we see that Doug finally recognizes, like, hey, man, I got to do more to get these receivers open. But I don't know, man. Patience is wearing thin. That's all I can say, guys. My patience is wearing thin. All right, y'all. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Tell me your thoughts here. I got more coming up, guys. There's more film breakdown to come. So just stay tuned. All right, y'all. Peace. I'm out of here. I appreciate y'all tuning in and watching. If you want to support the channel, once again, guys, just hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. All those things support the channel, guys. All right, y'all. I'm out of here, man. Y'all enjoy your, weekend eve. We're almost to the weekend, guys.